Australia? Double A, C, or double D? Yep, double D, not a battery. Think you know that. Question 2. According to the saying, many what make light work? Hands. Many hands make light work. Question 3. What type of animal are leatherbacks the largest species of? Leatherback is a turtle, a big one. Question 4 is always a true or false question on this podcast. Here we go. True or false, every main Star Wars movie begins with yellow scrolling text with the words, "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, I haven't seen them all. Do they all start like that? I know the first one did. I think the second one did. Oh, maybe the third one did. You know what? They all do. That's true. That's true. I haven't seen most of them, is the truth of it. I tapped out after Return of the Jedi, maybe. I think I saw one since then. I think I saw the one where Luke is in it right at the end. Right at the end for like a second and a half. Anyway, question 5. Oh, it's geometry. Well, it's triangles. I think that's geometry. I should not appear or attempt to appear smart on this podcast. Not fooling anyone. Question 5. If two angles of a triangle are 33 and 77 degrees, how many degrees is the third angle? Now, hopefully you're sitting there going 33 and 77, that's 110. All triangles have 180 degrees, the sum of all their angles, therefore has to be 70 degrees, right? 70 degrees! Correct! And, of course, that would make it an acute triangle. Not to be too judgy about it, but looks good to me. Question 6. Which Stranger Things actress was romantically involved with Johnny Depp from 1989 to 1993? That would be Winona Ryder. She's had a very interesting little life. Of course, we don't talk about it, but she was arrested for shoplifting in Beverly Hills, California back in December of 2001, and that did pull the handbrake on her career for a while. Nice that she's back on top again. Question 7. Is the hazelnut liqueur Frangelico produced in France or Italy? Frangelico. It's Italian. The bottle is designed to resemble a monk, did you know? There's even a little white cord around the middle of the bottle, which is supposed to resemble the sash that keeps the monk's robe closed. After question 7, we'll do the clues for the Who Am I. Here we go. Who am I? I was born in 1968 in London. I first found fame as a model before moving into acting in 1992's The Power of One. I think it was a minor role, but he's in it. More clues coming up after question 14. Question 8. In the cartoons, which human is Scooby-Doo's best friend? It'd be Shaggy. Shaggy. Now, Shaggy's real name is Norval Rogers. It's weird to me when they give cartoon characters and fictional characters a whole backstory. Like, for example, the skipper in Gilligan's Island, his real name is Jonas Gumby, but everyone calls him the skipper. Shaggy, everyone calls him Shaggy, but his real name is Norval Rogers. Go figure. Question 9. What style of music are the duo Brooks and Dunn known for? Brooks and Dunn. They're country singers. Big, famous duo, apparently. It's fair to say I'm not as across country music as perhaps I could be. Question 10. What's the surname of the Martin who directed the films Cape Fear, Goodfellas, and The Aviator? Martin who? Martin Scorsese. Scorsese. Am I saying that right? I think I am. Question 11. True or false? Acrophobia is the extreme or irrational fear of heights. That's true. It is acrophobia, A-C-R-O, phobia. It's the fear of heights. Question 12. Music. John Bonham was the drummer of which hugely successful and influential band? Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin. And I don't think the band performed again after he died. I think they went, without John. Oh, they did reform though, didn't they? They reformed, I think, the anniversary of their record signing or the birthday of one of their early recording engineers, something like that. I think they have played together once or twice since, but they kind of ceased going forward as a main band when John Bonham died, I'm pretty sure. Question 13. Did the naturalist, geologist and biologist Charles Darwin live and die in the 1700s or the 1800s? For Australian listeners, Darwin is in fact named after Charles Darwin. He lived from 1809 to 1882. He came to Australia on his ship, the Beagle. And the answer to that, of course, is the 1800s. Should have told you that already, shouldn't I? Question 14. When the word Pokemon is written down, which letter of that word, the word again being Pokemon, has an acute accent over it, like a little squiggle? The little squiggle in the word Pokemon, when it's written down, is over the letter E. Good. Okay, more clues for the Who Am I? Who am I? I played a secret agent in a long-running film franchise starting in 2006. My version of that character was grittier and more physical than previous portrayals by actors which included Roger Moore and Pierce Brosnan. That's getting easy now, isn't it? More clues coming up after question 20 if you need them. Question 15, in sailing, how many hulls does a catamaran have? A catamaran has 2 hulls. Question 16, which author's early works include the novels Carrie and The Shining? Carrie and The Shining, Stephen King. I think Carrie was Stephen King's first novel. I think he wrote it, put it in a drawer, went out and wrote something else, and then dusted it off, and it was published. I think something like that. I would like to watch both of those movies, Carrie and The Shining. They both look pretty good. Question 17, music. Does a traditional modern piano have 66, 77, or 88 keys? They have 88 keys, and 52 of those are the white ones. That's question 17. Question 18. What part of your body is your metatarsus in? Where are you keeping your metatarsus? You're keeping it in your foot, probably one in each foot. I would hope so anyway. Question 19. Is Anne alive or dead? I'll give you a name. You tell me if you think that person is alive or dead. Today, Roberta Flack, who of course had the hit with Killing Me Softly. Roberta Flack is dead. She died last year. Did you know? I didn't. Roberta Flack has quietly died, which is very sad. Question 20. It's a music question, but gird your loins, everyone, because it's a modern music question. Here we go. The singer, Ray, asks in a current hit song, Baby, where the hell is my what? Baby, where the hell is my husband? Where is my husband? I know some married people that would suggest you absolutely don't need one of those, Ray. Anyway, the answer is husband. Let's finish off the Who Am I? I starred in films including Casino Royale and Skyfall. I stepped away from the role after No Time to Die. I'm now starring in the Knives Out film series, which is on Netflix. The answer of that, of course, is Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig is the answer of today's Who Am I? Let's move now to the listener question. Delana, I'm going to say, even though it's probably Delana from Rumba Downs, asked the question, in what year did Prince Charles marry Lady Diana Spencer? The answer is 1981. 1981, I remember being grade 8, Yeronga State High School. I remember watching the wedding with my dad and my brother, and us basically making a million jokes at the wedding's expense, which is a tradition that my son Jake and I maintain when we watch TV to this day. All right, this week's question. Mick from Kalanga asked a question, and it's a topic close to my heart because it's about the Beatles. Mick from Kalanga asks, which Beatle sang the lead in the song Do You Want to Know a Secret? Do you know that one? Listen. Do you want to know a secret? One of my favourite Beatles songs. And I won't tell you the answer to this episode, but I will tell you this. I was wrong. I was so sure that I knew instantly which Beatles sang it, and I was wrong. Answer in the next episode. I'm wrong all the time. That in itself is not surprising. The fact that I got this wrong is a little bit to me. I'll tell you how I found out the real answer because it's pretty interesting next episode. For now, though, thank you very much for listening. That's 21 and a bit questions done. If you've got a trivia question, if you want to be like Delana or Mick, send me a trivia question. It can be easy, hard, indifferent, I don't care. Send it to me. I'll use it on this podcast via the 21 questions page on Facebook. I'm getting quite a few roll in now. I'm saving them as I get them. Everyone that sends a message in at this early stage, at least, I'll use. There'll possibly come a point where I just don't do enough episodes to have to do that. Maybe one day I'll do an entire episode made up entirely of listener questions. That might be fun once we get enough of them. And at the rate we're going, that won't be too far away. I would love to know what question you would suggest. Send it to me. Like I said, 21 questions page on Facebook, okay? This podcast comes out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I haven't asked you to rate or subscribe to the podcast for a little while, and everyone tells me I should do that. I would like you to do that. I don't mind if you don't. I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. And I absolutely don't want you to do it if you're not going to give it a nice review. But if you like what I'm doing here, I'd appreciate the encouragement. Not that I'm unhappy with the progress of this podcast. It's actually blowing my tiny mind how many people are listening. It's delightful. Thank you. Okay, I'll catch you next time. I've been Mike. Bye.